Flow is one of those buzzwords in game design. There is a lot of information about it, so we already have a good grasp of what flow is, but sometimes we confuse the utility of this theory and forget what its primary purpose is. This is Gabriel Chauri. Welcome to Game Design Thinking. In this video, we will explore the components of flow and also some of its dangers. And no, I will not show this graph or this graph, as I am sure that you have seen them before. As always, remember that you can subscribe to our newsletter to download a one-page PDF summary of the information on this video. Let's dive into the flow state. First, let's understand flow in a broader context. Flow is a theory proposed by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, and it was based on a series of studies and interviews conducted to understand how people achieve focus and concentration on a specific task, becoming so involved that they enter the zone. Many people describe that moment as a flow, hence the name of the theory. But flow theory is not created specifically for games. Rather, it is concerned on why people that can direct their psychic energy are happier than people who can't control their attention. Flow is concerned with happiness, so the main objective of entering a state of flow is to be happier and more productive in order to achieve meaningful goals. But it is not easy to enter a state of flow. First, certain conditions must be met. Flow is produced on the combination of an activity designed to use our skills and our willingness to participate in that activity. As such, some of these conditions can be designed to allow players to have a state of flow, while others are outside our range and depend mostly on the player's skills and focus capacity. The conditions that we can design to induce a state of flow are a challenging activity that requires skills. Games excel at this. Most games rely on skills that you can improve by playing the game and understand its systems. Games that rely purely on luck can elicit a state similar to flow, but we will return to this point later in the video. Flow produces the merging of action and awareness. Fast-paced games like Call of Duty or Beat Saber are excellent examples of this merge. You are constantly making actions in the game while reading the clues of the game environment to adjust your actions. But do not let the title fool you. Action and awareness can also be happening in your head while you are thinking your next move, playing into the breach, or thinking on how to solve the puzzle on a Stephen's sausage roll. This is related to the next point, that is also a critical component of flow. Clear goals and feedback are paramount to the flow experience. You can see immediately that this is also a crucial point to determine the quality of a game. A game without clear goals or that doesn't give you immediate feedback either by bad design or having lag is a bad game. Imagine you are playing Civilization, but the game doesn't tell you any way to win the game, and also it doesn't tell you how many resources you are producing. You won't have any chance to have a meaningful experience with those conditions. The final component that we can control is the paradox of control. This is achieved by giving players the sense that they are under control, but without feeling it as a burden. For example, professional StarCraft players make multitasking look easy, while an inexperienced player is still learning the basics of the game, so controlling the units feels bulky and heavy. But you don't need to be a pro player to feel in control. Amazing game feel or game juice, combined with easy-to-learn controls, will make you feel that controlling a character is like a breeze. The other components, the ones that we can't control, are concentration on the task at hand and the loss of self-consciousness that depend mostly on players' skill and environment. And the last one is the transformation of time, known in game slang as sitting to play one Rocket League match and stand up from the chair with your butt asleep 6 hours later. A game about jumping cars playing football shouldn't be that fun. So, as you can see, the activity in which we are engaging at a certain time has a great influence on the appearance of flow. Games provide a safe space to experiment and improve your skills, to create challenges in order to achieve a goal. A crucial characteristic of a goal that will produce a flow state is to have intrinsic rewards. Combining intrinsic and extrinsic rewards is fine, but if the player is pursuing the goal exclusively for an extrinsic reward, it cannot achieve a state of flow. But why? Let's see some of the risks of flow. The flow experience, like everything else, says Csikszentmihalyi, is not good in an absolute sense. There is a vast literature about the dangers of flow, especially regarding addiction. Many extreme athletes put their life in danger to push their limits, while many players spend thousands of hours and dollars in a game because they can't find any experience like it. Nothing makes them feel like being immersed in the game, like feeling one with it. Many people, after continuous periods of flow, feel bummed out, even depressed. That's where leisure activities come in, like wasting time watching TV, rowdy behavior, grinding, gambling, and even drug use. There is a lot more to talk about games, flow, and addiction, so if you are interested, let me know in the comment section. So those activities can create something pretty similar to a flow state, but with one critical difference. Flow experiences must add complexity to the self. Complexity is often thought of as a negative feature, especially in games. Complexity is linked to confusion and difficulty, but complexity, as Csikszentmihalyi says, involves a second dimension, the integration of autonomous parts. When connections are made, a complex whole, more than the sum of its parts, is formed, building systems that are resilient and expressive. Games that add complexity to the self are the ones that make us see the world from a different perspective, the ones that allow us to express ourselves, and the ones that challenge us to perfect our skills. In conclusion, flow is a tool, one that must be used with care to the final end of creating a meaningful experience for happier players. Thanks for watching the whole video. Remember that you can find your one-page PDF summary in the description below, and while you are here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the bell. It will help me a lot to keep creating content like this. Farewell, fellow game designer.